It's been a while, folks. I let myself get out of the habit of doing my regular live streams, so I'm back. Hopefully, I can do this for a bit. I'm actually going to try to do this once a week until we catch back up, because as you know, the housing market is changing, even though there's 1,000 different interpretations out there. Because you have some people saying it's about to crash tomorrow. It's like it's just changing every few seconds of what somebody's saying. So it's hard to keep up. Let me get this camera right here. Put this a little bit down. I know y'all don't really want to see me, but hey. Okay, so coming back to this after being off for so long, I don't know if I'll have an audience tonight or not. That's just fine. Maybe you'll get to watch it on the replay. So let's start going down and figuring out what is going on in the real estate market. So let me get these muscles working again. And let's go over. And you know how we like to do it. We're going to go through, see what's going on in the market. So let's start off with what's gone on in the last 7 days. So last 7 days, of course the dog is going to start barking. Why wouldn't he do it? He only does it when I have a live stream, unless there's somebody at the door. He barks for that. So wow. Last 7 days, 825 souls. We'll get into that in a second. So new listings, 819. Fewer listings are coming on the market than are getting sold. Starting to look familiar. Back on market, 165. Price decreases, 585. So we're kind of holding steady on price decreases, because everyone starts at the price I want instead of the price that the house should be. Although the market has changed over the last year or so. I've been out with a lot of buyers lately, and the number one thing is like, how much do you think I can get this house for? And it's sure as heck not near the list. And it's like, they're not even looking at what the comps are saying. They're just going, if it's 400,000, think I can get it for 350, 375 kind of thing. So, the good old logic that you want to tell a seller, which is, hey, if your house is worth 400, list it for 400. Don't try this I want 425 stuff. It's like this complete snapback that we had with all of the, everything we had going on for 2 years prior to a year ago. Let's see, under contract, 332 and 613, which is 945. So holding steady, got plenty coming out. 371 expired. That is pretty, because we just went over a month, and most agents are going to set that date until, that last day or first day of the following month. So that's what we got there. So basically the market is strong. If you look back, or if you like, so I can only go back 7 here, but we'll go through the numbers. So let's go in here and we're going to see what happened last month. The board has not released their official numbers yet. Let me see if I can share this screen. I know you don't want to see my ugly face, but the board has not put their numbers out. It comes out like the 6th or 7th of the month, but let's go on out there and see what is going on. So right now, for actives, let's start with what everyone really wants to see, single family homes. And we're just going to limit this down to Las Vegas. Whoops. Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. I'm going to leave Boulder City and everything out. So single family, we have 4134 now. Let's try to compare that against the last figures that the board actually put out, which would have been end of February. Let me drag this on over here. So units available in the last month was 4665. We are at 4134. So we are down 500, and let's just call it 30. If my public math is good enough, So there are fewer houses on the market right now as we enter the spring than a month ago. We've actually been going down every month. So let's just look at the end of December where we stood. I'm doing this live, y'all. And that was 2021. That is bad. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute here. I want to make sure I'm getting the right numbers for y'all. I just got back from showing houses. I'll talk about that. Okay, so we ended the year with 6211, which means we are down. I'm not even going to try to do the public math, but I know it's over 2,000 homes. So the market is starting to correct itself back. Fortunately, and I do mean fortunately, we are not getting into that portion where even with multiple offers, we don't have people going crazy paying 30,000 over. That's good news for you as a buyer. For a seller, I'm sure you want that 30 or 50,000 over, but we'll get to it. Okay, let's see. On the market right now, condos and townhomes, we got to put them together because that's the way the board does it. 1129 compare against the last month of 1159. I'd call that pretty close to the same. End of the year, 1390. So, we're down I'm going to call it a couple of hundred. So that's down also with sales going up. So what do we have? 830, I believe. I'm just going to round it down to 800. So 3,200 sales compared to last month of 2,200 sales. Now I'm just extrapolating out. Don't know what's going to really happen. We'll just look at what kind of happened for the month. So we're just going to compare end of the month, end of the year, 1677. Let's go over here and see what actually sold. It's the sold train. So going back to March and see what the sold train has. So over the month of March, they had sales of 2230 compared to 2243. So actually, the sales were pretty close, about 13 off. And this could be more because, they included more areas here. I'm tightening mine down to just, Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. And end of the year, 1677. But it was the holidays. You should expect that. Let's see what happens if we go back 1 year. Let's see if I get this right. So we're going to use March of last year just to compare. And a year ago, we had sales of, I was looking at the wrong number. So it was actually 1534. And oh my, I was completely off. You know what? I was looking at the wrong number over here. I told you it's been a minute. So 2230. Last month, it was 1722. So 500 more sales with fewer houses on the market. Now, end of year, it was 1534. So 700 more than end of year with 2,000 fewer homes on the market. And a year ago, it was 3272. So we haven't come back to this number yet. So we're climbing. Let's see what happens. There were 2,000 units available. So we have half as many units now, because I believe it was 4,000 something there. And for condos and townhomes, let's see. 570 sold compared to 450. And let's see. Compared to 392. And a year ago, 933. So, yep, we haven't caught up there yet. And we still had, wow, look at that inventory. Almost nothing. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty of the numbers. Let's go back to single family. You know what? I'm going to do this one this time because some people have asked that question. It's like, how come you never talk about manufactured homes? Well, 28 manufactured homes sold last month, and the board does not keep statistics on that. But let's get back to single family, and drum roll, please. Got to get myself back into my habits here. So, oh, the median close price. Remember, the most accurate number is actually median and not average, because here in Las Vegas, we got $32 million house mansions and $8 million condos. So yeah, you got to use a number like the median, which is what all statisticians say you're supposed to use. So the median price during the month of March was $430,000. Let's go back. Previous month, 424,995. Month before that, 425. Exactly a year ago, 460. Yes, we are down. We topped out in May at 482. So we had 3 steady months, because if I show you the month, well, naturally, look, this is end of the month. This is December. We don't have January here. It's stabilized here. So we had 3 stable months, and now it is slowly going up, slowly. So let's see if we can keep that controlled, especially with the interest rates and going into the spring season. And if you saw my video on the best time to sell this year, it seems like it's coming up in the next week or so. So it would behoove you to put your house on the market this week. Next week is fine, but I'm saying to get the most money fast as possible. So the smart folks are listing this week. I'm actually starting to see it. I have a family we're trying to put into a house, and a house from my company just came up, and it fit 100%. 100% of what this family wanted. It's like everything. It's like, oh my goodness, how can we beat this? And the price on it, I'm not going to say, because it gives away. It gives away too much. And I've been in contact with the agent because they're trying to get it ready. They didn't want to see it until they got it ready to list. And they should have gone on the market maybe later next month. I mean, not next month, next week. But they're pushing it up. They're seeing what's going on in the market. So it's actually going on the market like tomorrow or Tuesday. I hope I can get my buyers in. I hope I can get them in, because all of the interest that the house has generated just because of what it is and what it has in it, they've already decided that they're going to raise the price 75,000. So I haven't told those buyers yet, because I'm pretty sure they got that number in their head that I told them. And now I got to tell them it's going to be 75,000 more. So that's not going to be pleasant. And I did notice, like, somebody else, the person I just finished showing houses to, they were talking about they're noticing that the houses they're looking at, the prices are surprisingly starting to go back up. So let's see what happens here. I just hope interest rates go down so people can afford this. Okay, let's go back, and we're now going to do condos and townhomes. Going to get those results. Let me check over here, see if anyone's been asking any questions. No questions. Okay, cool. So median close price was $260. Let's see, drum roll. $255 to $260. So that has gone up. And it actually went up last month. And so wait a minute. Oh, that was a year ago. So 1 year ago, between condos and townhomes, the median price was $270. 1 year ago, we hadn't hit the top yet, but a year ago. And the median price at the end of the year was 246. Last month, 255. Whoops. Now 260. So it's surprisingly going up. And the days on market, the median is 25.49. For the average, we'll just stick with the median. So houses are normally selling within about 25 days, or condos. And I did not look at that for single family. Let's go see how many days are on the market. Now, I'm out of practice, so if anyone has any questions, start ginning them up, because I'm really trying to practice a little bit, getting back into what I used to do, especially as we're coming into this tough market. Let's see, 30 days and 54 respectively. And since I told you how many on the, whoops, let's do manufactured. So 28 sold, and stats. Median price is 224.5. That is your median price on condos, and I'm sorry, on manufactured homes. Man, my voice is cracking. And I'm going to do something I have not done before, because I don't really work this market, but let's see what happens. Let's look at high rises. So high rises are normally considered condos, but those are the high rises like you see down on the strip. There are some high rises that are off the strip, but the majority of them are on the strip. You can see like Cosmo, the Jockey Club, the Allure. So let's see here. Last month sold, well, hey, let's start with actives. So 319. Well, also out at Lake Las Vegas, they have some high rises out there. So 319 are on the market. What actually sold last month? We're not going to have any statistics from the board because they don't track these for some reason. But I'm just going to come in here just in case someone is wondering. 62 sold. Let's look at the results. And the median was 369,944. For those of you who may wonder about the strip condos or high rises, one of the big things on the high rises that creates a little bit of an issue has to do with the HOA. So I'm going to slide this to the side, and I'm going to pull up some comps here, or some sales. So pardon my mess. I just didn't want to show you everything in here. So like, let's look at, okay, here's one that's out at Lake Las Vegas. I'll slide it back over so you can see the pictures. The association fee, there are two association fees, one for $790, one for $126. Your total HOA, oh, plus there's one for the master plan. When you add them all together, it's $1,069. I didn't make that number up. Let's see here. So let's go, let you look at the pics. But that's indicative of the ones that are on the strip also. You are paying very high HOAs. So sometimes it just like really blows people away, because look at what this thing sold for. $285,000, $1,069, $1,069. I did not make that number up. And HOA fees. And that's good. Now the next one I'm going to do, because I've had a lot of interest in this, and I'm probably going to have to make another video, because everyone wants to read these books on house hacking and how to make money, or at least how to live rent-free or mortgage-free. And they go, okay, I want to get a duplex or a quadplex or something. So in case you didn't know, you can buy a multiple family unit on a standard loan, and it's the loan limits are actually higher. So if let's say the current limit is 600,000, I'm going to make that number up because I don't know it off the top of my head. If you're by fourplex, you can actually go up to $1 million. So there's a lot of things in that. You can use like if you don't have the income for it, you can use the rents as income for buying the entire fourplex or duplex or something else. But some lenders, I'm not sure which ones, they will require when you do that you are already an experienced landlord. And no one's explained to me what experienced is, but have a lot of people who are looking for these things. So let's come in here and just look. Right now there are 50 that are available, sold last month. Whoops. 19. And let's just look at prices, because you have a lot of folks who are looking for these multifamily units to house hack. One of the first things they do is they go, I have 400,000 to spend. I'll tell you, years ago, I mean like 5-6 years ago, you could buy a fourplex for 260, 270. Yeah, those days are pretty well done. Yeah, prices you're seeing here more like it for fourplexes. You see here 600, 500, 600, but you can get into them. So one of the things you have to know that sometimes these are not duplexes like you have in some other states. Haven't even seen this. I'm just going to look and we're going to see. This is your duplex. So will you be able to collect enough rent to house hack? Usually rents in places like this, especially since it's an FHA or VA loan or something like that, you're just not going to recover it right now. But I just want to let people see that, and I'll make a longer video for the investor types out there, because you get a lot of investors coming in. My box, sometimes I get 3-4 text. They don't seem to email. They always text, and it's the same text. I'll just go through if I hadn't made so many texts over this weekend, it's like the same text. I'm looking to invest in Las Vegas. Do you have anything for me to invest in? I'm looking for a realtor partner. They all go to the Red Roof School of Real Estate, aka learn how to turn them and burn them. Yeah, they do a lot of crazy stuff. I did a video on it, and I'm probably going to do another one, because some of these guys, they're there to turn and burn you. Most of them are really, what they're trying to do is they're not trying to flip. What they're trying to do is what's known as wholesaling. So they're bird dogging a deal, and then they want to sell it to someone else and make a $10,000 finder's fee. That's what they're really doing. And they get these young realtors and they convince them that, oh, so you help me buy this, you find a place for me, help me buy it. And then when we turn it around and I sell it, I'll use you. Now, some of them actually do that. But in general, they're looking to wholesale. So when I talk to agents and they have somebody who's approached them, they want to go and help this investor, I give them the investor questions to talk about. So little things to talk about, especially if you're out there, maybe you're a realtor looking at this. I know this is consumer focused, but I'm just going to tell you, you need to ask some questions like, what's their investment philosophy? Because some people don't have one. If they're like stumbling, like, what do you mean I'm looking to flip? That's not an answer. I'm looking to rent it out. That's not an answer. Like a flipper who is really a flipper, who's really going to flip it, they're going to follow something like a standard formula. And the formula is usually ARV, 70% of ARV minus repair cost. If you say ARV and they don't know what you're talking about, they're looking to wholesale. Because a lot of these things you see, good old days, late night commercials, I don't know if they have them anymore. I haven't looked at television in a few years. That's because I don't have a personal life. But uh, you see those things all the time in the middle of the night. That's all they were teaching people to do. Same with all these subject twos and all this other crap. Uh, so looking again, see if anybody has any questions. I want to make sure everyone is properly serviced tonight, especially as I'm getting back and getting my chops. Because I was out showing houses until I showed up here a few minutes ago, I didn't have time to go as deep as I wanted to. So if no one has any questions, this may be a short night. Oh yeah, I did have one I wanted to show you. Let me see. There's a guy in I'm going to call it the combined offices now, because my company, we combined. So we were 2 offices. We are now 4. So let me share this out to you again. I'm not going to let you see my pretty face. It's so ugly. So now I'm not know the exact numbers that this person uses, but I'm grateful to have him here. So he does this week by week. And I need to actually start doing it week by week myself and using my numbers. But let's look at what the input is. So the actives, under contracts, expireds, withdrawns, solds, days on market, average and median, sales price, average and median, and how many price reductions. I'm going to just go that far. So as you can see, as you track it down, and he goes back to, oh, look at this, almost our little top of the market here. So we get to see April 6th, which is almost a year ago. Good job. Got a year of them. There were 2,200. Then it started climbing. Here we are at the top of the market. So in reality, the market was set back here. This is where the market was really set, these numbers, because there's a 30 to 45 day window before anything happens. So we keep going down, keep going up, 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 up to 82.23 back in November. Then it starts slowly going down. A lot of these are people who are removing their homes from the market. And then we have this drop that I'm surprised is even this low. It should have been more, because you have all these expires that happened at the end of the year. Then look at this, every single week. Boom, 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 boom. Every week it goes down. So what does this mean? Be the first person to tell you. I don't know. Everybody else is out there like they're some kind of genius and they got all the answers. Nobody's got the answers. We don't know what's going to happen. Putin could launch a nuke tomorrow. It's all over. If the nuke works even, but you have to have a response to it. What kind of response do we have? In all honesty, I don't think he's going to launch a nuke. He's saber rattling because the Russians, I mean, this is now getting a little, worldwide here. I'm not trying to get political, just worldwide, because it affects your housing market. The Russians have not been able to test their weapons like the United States has. And because of that, they don't even know if they work. And if Putin was to actually try to use a battlefield tactical nuke and it doesn't work, he would have a lot of egg on his face. And Russians have proven themselves inept against the Ukrainians, who are trained by the West. And there's not even a Western army with full Western equipment yet. So imagine going up against NATO. So I think Putin knows he's not going to do anything. So I don't worry about that. What I do worry about is the interest rates going back up, and most importantly, not coming back down. Because right now, the experts who supposedly know what they're talking about say that if the interest rates hit 5%, which in my opinion is still high. I can remember years ago talking about what happens if interest rates hit 5% back when they were like, in the low threes. It'll be all over. But now if it hits 5%, the experts are saying the market is going to get absolutely nuts. So don't know. What I have seen is the market is picking up. Houses that were not disappearing are starting to disappear. Just looking for houses this weekend. Went out with 2 separate buyers yesterday and today. It's getting to be like it was over a year ago, where if somebody sends you 10 houses they want to see, you may be lucky to see 3 or 4 of them. That's what happened this week. So a lot of them were no longer available. They had offers that were going to be accepted, and that's all she wrote. We were done from that point. Yeah, it was scrambling just to get houses to see yesterday and today. So with that, still no questions. So got to get everybody back to where they're asking questions again on a normal live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed having me back. I enjoy being back. Now I got to wait for some answers back from some agents, because from yesterday, I want to put in an offer. We're just looking for an answer to a question. And today we'll see if the individual wants one of the ones we looked at. I hope so. Fingers crossed. The last 3 we saw, really loved. So that sometimes makes it bad, because sometimes they then go, well, if I just found 3 I love, maybe I can find even more. You don't know. And I hope I got some families coming in throughout the week, and I got some actually good news on some other stuff. So I'm feeling good. Still no questions. I was just been tap dancing for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and call it King's X for tonight. Leave some comments below. I'm going to try to spend next week catching up on comments. It's really hard because it's like every time I want to catch up on content, somebody or comments, I got to go do something. And if you see my task list of crap that I have to do, it grows and never shrinks. So if I haven't answered a question that you have, that's why. People who are looking for some help, like I said, call, text, email, leaving a comment about you're looking to move to Las Vegas. I may not see that because I can't get to them right now until my task list shrinks. Because after this, I still have a pile of mail, literally this big to read and stuff like that. And I try to get to them. Someone's supposed to be monitoring those boxes, but they're not properly. That's all I got for the night. For those of you who came on, I really appreciate it. I actually did not expect anyone on. I think we got up to 8 or 9. I don't remember which one, so I don't want to lie about it, but I know it was one of those 2 numbers. I got 3 hanging out right now. I appreciate you who are hanging on to the end, because I haven't done this in so long. I didn't expect anyone to come on tonight. And I appreciate you all. And we are in the spring market now. If you need any help, again, call, text, or email. I don't know if my VA put the calendar link below, but all of my videos should have the calendar link. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.